Hi, so I wanted to show a little bit about how I do literacy and how I communicate that literacy to students, to administration, other teachers, and to parents as well. So, with the invisibles, um, I'll give you an example. This was our invisible. This was a broccoli. Um, and this is the description that the student came up with. So I have a biography of the invisible, and then over here is the story that we just did with the invisible, the broccoli. This is the big chart paper, the big illustration that the students drew out. And then over here is a list of vocabulary that the students chose from the story that they felt was important that they want to be able to go over. They might recognize it or remember it while it's in context, but apart from that, they're kind of, they were just like a little bit like they want to see it written up somewhere. So I asked them, what's the vocabulary that you really would want to know, or that you feel like, oh, I just need to see it again, to put next to the posters out in the hallway. And they chose the vocabulary that they wanted. So, I mean, if you look at it, it looks like a lot, but they actually understood all of it. They chose what they knew, and in context, they knew it from the story, and then they just wanted to know it a little bit outside of context. But anyway, I'm organizing that into some files. I also take pictures of the drawings so that I can use them later for like assessments, and that really seems to help a lot with the students. Another thing is have the invisibles that have been chosen up at the top of the classroom, so they're always being able to see them. And then like things like when we talk about what we did over the weekend, we write it up. A student wrote this one up for me. Great student job. I wrote up stuff on the board while I'm doing a transition. That student's writing this down for me, and so then I've got this that I can put up. But out in the hallway is where it really comes together. So I take those posters, and let me see if, yeah. So out in the hallway, I take the posters and put them together in like this, so that I have again the vocabulary. I've got the story here, vocabulary is right there. Another version of the story done in like a comic book setting, and that has been really helpful for a lot of the students. So when we want to have, I want to have a reading where they're getting up and moving around, I bring them out into the hallway, and there's the hallway, and I've got posters up in the hallway for them to read. But I got a class coming, so I got to stop.